Hi everyone, this is Team Blue Drones and this is a screencast for our first milestone of our DevOps project. So in this milestone, we basically started with the work that we did in our build workshop and then we built upon that for this milestone of the project. For our build setup, we created a Node.js app and deployed it on an AWS EC2 instance. Our post commit script for another app called test app, which is basically the test script that we have, it basically calls an API on the server by opening a browser tab and then making a GET request to that API, which basically makes sure that the server runs a build job on Docker. And after the build job is completed, which is the post build job trigger, basically handles the email part, which emails the build report, which is basically the status of the build, and a link to a link to the log file to the corresponding email that we had set. So this is what basically the build history looks like, which is hosted on our server. It shows that there were recently 3 builds that were done, and they are all done on develop branch, and these are the status. And if you click on the links, you can actually see the log for them. So now I'll show you how this basically works. So another point to keep in mind is that because we are using Docker, we handle all our dependencies through a Docker file, which basically we use to create an image. And after that image was created, that image is static now, and it's not regenerated every time the build job is done. Instead, by using that image, every time the build job is done, the build script basically clones the test app, then it runs npm install to install all the dependencies of the test app, and then it basically runs all the test cases through grunt. Also, our test app is a Node.js app. So now I'll show you how this works. So first I'll edit this file, add small change to it. And right now I'm showing you a failing case in which the build status should be failed. So I'll add it, then I'll commit it, the message of fail. So the post commit script triggers, it basically pushes the code up on the repo, and then the build job is triggered, and as you can see, a new tab has been opened in this browser, and it has triggered a build job with a on the branch develop. So the build job corresponding to the branch develop has been triggered. So yeah, it looks like the build job has completed, and it has one failing test case, so which 0 passing, which means the build job should have failed. I'll check my email, and it shows correctly that the build status was failed on branch develop, and gives me a link to the log file. So if I open up the log file, you can see that it's the same as the log in the window, in the browser window that appeared. And also if I go to my build history and refresh it, I can see another build job below, which was the 4th one, and it was on branch develop and resulted in a failure. And we can compare the timestamp, which was Tuesday, September 27th, 23:13:05, which is the time right now. So this was a failing build job. Now I'll edit this app to make sure that the build job passes, and I'll do that by fixing its logic. So all our test cases are basically unit tests. So I'll commit this new file, and it runs another build job on the same branch develop. Okay, so this build job ran and it shows 1 passing. So there was only 1 unit test and that passed, and there was no failing tests. So this is a successful build. So if I go back to my email, I can see build status success on branch develop, and again a log file which shows 1 passing. So this is basically a build passing on the develop branch. And as you can see, if I go back to the build history and refresh it, there's a success on develop of the current timestamp. So this is basically how the things work for a single branch. Now we have basically different build jobs for different branches, and we have basically 2 branches, which are develop and master branch. So if I check out to master, I think I should be able to show you a build job for master. So difference between the build job for develop and for master is that master has 2 unit tests, whereas develop has only a single unit test. So I made a trivial change to the code with no change to logic, and I'm committing it. It should run 2 unit tests on the master branch. Okay, so the builds are finished, and as you can see, oh, there are actually more unit tests. So there are 4 passing unit tests and 1 failing unit test. And then, if as you compare it with the develop branch, there was only 1 passing unit test. So if I refresh my build history, it shows master and failure because there was 1 failing unit test. If I go into the build logs, okay, it's the same as my log on this window. And now I can show you the email which says build status fail on branch master. And this is the message which says log file. And if I go here, it says 4 passing and 1 failing. Again, the same thing. So basically, the difference we had was that we had some random passing and failing unit tests on master branch. And they were basically 5 unit tests to differentiate between how different build jobs are triggered on different branches. And then there was just 1 unit test on the develop branch. And that basically is what our build system is. And that's how everything works. And all of this is hosted on AWS. And this is basically a public repo. We made it public so that we can clone it without having any problems with the credentials, because we don't want to script that up because that will be insecure. So thank you for watching.